Hello everyone. So I'm pretty sure this is like my third or fourth ranking video, which you know it doesn't seem like too many. However, the thing is, I technically didn't play Half-Life 2. I technically stole all the clips from my original channel. So, that's something. But the only two levels I really did play were Sand Traps and Water Hazard, because they're the only two levels I didn't record, because I think at the time I just didn't like them, so I was like, nah. I changed my opinion of Sand Traps. I'm not as against Sand Traps as I was. I am still against Water Hazard. It's a big level. I don't ever see myself playing through Half-Life again, so I know I'm good for everything. But you could tell in the way I spoke and how I didn't show my face cam that it was bullshit the entire time. Which, fair enough. However, like usual, we rank it on three things, and what sucks for me is that I've got to put all my bias aside, which is, obviously, I'm not a big fan of the game at the moment in time, but I've got to go back to when I was, like, very dead centre of neutral in it, and, just that. So, like usual, the categories we rank off of are replayability, difficulty, and gameplay. Obviously, again, there's virtually no point doing all the intro stuff, so I will just start off with the difficulty scaling. Now, in my honest opinion, Half-Life 2 is a very easy game. There are some times where some things just don't seem so clear, but they're still possible. The game itself, obviously, you can cycle through difficulties. However, even on the hardest difficulty, I never noticed that I was playing on hard. So, to be fair, I think the difficulty scaling's kind of mid. It's got levels, but the scaling of it, to be fair, just doesn't make too much sense. So, unfortunately, I kind of can't comment. So, unfortunately, we're not looking at a very good start for Half-Life 2. We are going to have to put Half-Life 2's difficulty scaling at a 3 out of 5 rank, which honestly doesn't sound too bad. But you've got to take into account this is out of 15, and 3 on its own isn't too big a number, but obviously we've got 2 more categories, and I can tell you, it doesn't look too good. Next category I'm going to be talking about is the replayability. Now, Half-Life 2 is very, very limited in what you can do. You can obviously make up challenge runs, but that being said, you can say that for everything, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mention anything like that, because it just feels like a bit of a cop-out. So, Half-Life 2's replayability is very limited in the sense that there is only the main story and there's no bonus content, unlike things like Bayonetta, where there's these unlocks you get at the end of the game, there's difficulties, there's the trophy system. Half-Life 2 has none of that, and you get chapter select, which kind of feels like it should be a given. So, unfortunately, Half-Life 2 is getting a very, very low rating of 0 out of 5 replayability. So the very first 0 of any game. This leaves the final category going down to the gameplay. Now, Half-Life 2 actually has quite good gameplay, to be fair. The guns feel really nice and worked out. The health system is nice. The suit is, again, beautiful. Something that upsets me or gives me a little bit of a headache is the fact that you can't sprint while you're not wearing the HEV suit. Like, Gordon Freeman just can't sprint anywhere. But, that just totally makes sense. Love that little bit of inaccuracy. But the story itself felt really fleshed out, and it was told quite well through the entire game. And it just, everything fell together so well, and the ending, while not a full boss battle, but more of a final objective with a kind of tense feeling to it, it still felt fantastic, to be fair, and I have very little to complain about with Half-Life 2, so just to be safe, I am going to give Half-Life 2 a high total, or a high game score, of 4 out of 5, just to be safe. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately wraps up the episode, leaving Half-Life 2 with the unfortunately low score of 6 out of 15, or if you want to double that up, 12 out of 30. Yeah, that was right maths. So, that's, for a game I think I quite like, that does feel quite low, and to be fair, it doesn't help I didn't play the game myself. But, quite frankly, I've also not had the time to, between talking to my partner and just trying to enjoy my last week of school. But I've obviously, we're into October on my upload schedule, so all the horror game stuff is coming up soon, so I'll be looking forward to that.